All right, when you guys hear that intro, you know what time it is. It's the Locker Room Show, and it's Thursday, and you guys are in store for an amazing show tonight. I've got a young superstar with me. Can't wait to introduce him. But first, I'm going to introduce the man that came to the locker room with the shades on. He did his TO style, and that is none other than Q, the guru. What's going on, Q?
Now I'm chilling with my fruits. We got a good show. That's all I got to say today. We at it. We right at it. Right out the gate.
See, right out we the find gate. Him. We might have to find him. All right.
Yeah, so probably.
Probably. But yeah, buckle up, guys, because we got an amazing show tonight. Like I said, this is somebody that is a game breaker. He comes on the field ready, prepared to get in the end zone. This is somebody that I've watched since he was a sophomore in high school, was with his quarterback, helping him with recruiting, Gino Campiotti. I said, hold on, who's that receiver right there? Who's that senior? And he said, oh, no, that's a sophomore. That's a sophomore. That's Jacob De Jesus. And this kid, if you ain't watched his film, you need to get on YouTube. You need to get on Huddle and watch Jacob De Jesus. He'll remind you a lot of Tavon Austin. He's a yak person after he gets his hands on the ball. He went to junior college, you guys. He has started a family, and we're going to get into that too. And then now he is at the top of the depth chart with UNLV. They are definitely counting on him to do big things this fall. So that is none other than the superstar Jacob De Jesus. How's it going, Jay?
It's going great, Coach. Man, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be on here, man. Thank you.
Dude, we've been waiting to have you on, and I already see people coming in, the De Jesus family. We got Nico coming in. We got, of course, Pops, who's always with us anyway, and he says, I'm his biggest fan, and you know this, Coach Wood, and that is no doubt. We got AK, the descendant. I'll be watching, so proud of my nephew. Such a great role model. So they're already coming in for you. The Munoz family, Chad Miller. So we see you guys. And like I said, this is going to be a great show. So if you're joining us for the first time, the Locker Room Show, you guys, is where we cover the trending topics. We bring in the best in the industry, the people that are living it, all geared towards serving you and teaching you about the football industry. So you see the topics down there on the bottom ticker. And we've got some great topics tonight. So let's get started. And the first one is right in line with who we've got right here in the house with us. And once again, this is Jacob De Jesus, somebody that is about to make major moves this fall in the Mountain West Conference. So, Jacob, obviously, you just got up there. You went through your first spring, man. And as far as being an underdog, you've always been an underdog for a little bit. I mean, you've always balled out, but for whatever reason, people have counted you out. And I wanted to ask you, how did you stay confident when other people were doubting you all the time?
Well, I mean, it really starts inside, man. You got to look at yourself, and I've always believed in myself, even when other people didn't. And outside of that, also, I had a very good support system. My family, my teammates, and all my coaches and everything. They always told me, that they see me making it. They see me going to the next level and playing at the D1 level. The people training around me that I was training with, I seen them making it. And, these are the same people telling me, dude, like you're better than some of the receivers that we got at the D1 level, man. Like, I'm telling you, just keep grinding and keep going. And yeah, man, it was just that and just me believing in myself that I can make it to this next level.
Definitely. So you just trusted your intuitions and the people around you to keep going. That's big, man. When the doubters were close to you, did you keep those people close to you, or did you kind of distance yourself from some people?
The doubters, I always kept them close to me, man. Just because just hearing that motivated me, man. All the people that would talk, down on me. I didn't really say I would distance myself from them because, I get what they're saying. When you're 5'6", 160 pounds, it's not very often that you see those people go D1. But, I use that as motivation. I'm going to be one of the very few, man. So, yeah, I wouldn't say I distanced myself from them. I let the the haters say what they want to say and just use it as motivation.
I love it. I love it. So all of you guys out there that are being doubted right now in the recruiting process, you're getting it from somebody. He said he's 5'6". I would have gave you a little more than that, Jay. He's 5'8". He's 5'8". And he was doubted. He was doubted for whatever reason, you guys. But now he's expected to do big time things. I see people coming in, and I believe this is the fiance. She's saying, "Hi, babe." She's in the house, and Coach J. Rowe says, "Hey, Coach, we watching." So love it, you guys. Appreciate you coming in. You got a superstar on our hands. So let's get into our next topic, you guys. And this one is competition in the position room. And my alma mater, Q, we've been seeing a lot, obviously, of the transition that's going on in Boulder. They're picking up kids and letting kids go left and right. It's looking like they've got a lot of talent, man, in the wide receiver room. And I wanted to ask you, we'll start with you, Q. What's the fine line between too much talent in the wide receiver room and, hey, I should go there because I'm going to get better, I'm going to compete. And then also, hey, am I somewhere where I can get enough production, enough balls? Look at Ohio State. There's kids still going there without all the production. So what's that fine line between being in a great room and needing production?
I mean, one of those things where there's no such thing as too much talent. First of all, at least in my opinion, there's no such thing as too much talent. If you're a good player and you're surrounded by players, I suggest you up your game if you want any type of tick. In addition to that, every time you touch the ball, you need to be trying to score. We're not trying to move the sticks. We literally trying to score every single time we touch the ball. I'm talking 3 touches, 3 tubs. That's the way you have to operate. But you're gonna constantly be getting we take it all the way back to that 2001-2 Miami team. Well, you got Reggie Wayne, Anna Moss, all those guys in the same room, but iron sharpens iron. So that's
great point. Great point. Talk to me, Jacob. I mean, you went from junior college to now being surrounded with guys at UNLV who can play. How did you look at that? Was that something that made you nervous in the beginning, or was it something that motivated you?
I can't lie, man. In the very beginning coming here, man, I was very nervous. I got to see the receivers run around a little bit, and I'm like, whoa. These guys could play, man. It ain't like the junior college level where you got some people who just graduated high school and just wanted to come play football, for another 2 years. Now these guys can really play. We have some really good, talented receivers in our receiver room. We got a Michigan State transfer over here. And just like you said, colleges are letting people go. We have let go a few receivers, and we're getting more receivers coming in. But I feel like how Coach said, you can never have too much talent. I think you're going to see when you have a lot of talented people in the room, you're going to really see who comes out as a dog. You're going to see who comes out on top. Competition is going to breed people to bring the best out of everybody. So I think, like Coach said, you can never have too much talent in the receiver room. And I think that goes for all positions. When you have all that competition, it's going to bring the best out of each one of the players. You're going to see who's going to sink and who's going to float. So I think,
I love it. And that's what Coach Steve Miller is saying. Can't wait for Jacob to hit the field, definitely. And then, of course, the great Coach Hughes, whose son is going to go to UNLV too. Cream always rises to the top. So I love that. And you guys, once again, you hear why he's great. It's because the mindset. So all of you young athletes out there, this is somebody that's been counted out, but you hear his mindset. So you guys got to keep that in mind. That's what's going to breed that success. So on to our next topic. And this is something that I've been waiting to talk to this gentleman about. And I've been kind of watching from afar and haven't had a chance to get into it. But every once in a while, you guys, you see a young man step up to the plate and propose to a nice young lady. And this is somebody that I think you pronounce it, Kirsten, is Jacob's high school sweetheart. I remember the day that Jacob's dad said, "Hey, coach, Jacob's gonna have a little one." You see, little mama right there in the middle, and figuring everybody out. She checking out the scene, and sure enough, after the spring game, Jacob popped a question. Luckily, she said yes. So I want to talk to you, man. I mean, you're in the off-campus dorm now. You got live bullets flying at you at practice. You're keeping great grades. How are you balancing all of this, dude?
Like I said in the beginning, man, the support system is really important, man. My family, and also my fiance, man, they really are the ones that are letting me do this, man, allowing me to follow my dreams and allowing me to accomplish these goals that I'm accomplishing. Without any of them, I wouldn't be able to do this. So a big shout out to my fiance, Kirsten, my dad, and my mom. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. And so I just really thank them for that. And yeah, and like it is hard at times to to balance all these things out. But what I love about it is that I'm doing something that I love and that I have a goal to bigger goals beyond this. And I think that they believe in those goals and that they're supporting me 100%. So that's all. That's what really the secret to it.
Yeah, no, that's fabulous. And yes, he comes from a great
Yeah.
support system, you guys. Jay, tell me this, and we're in the locker room, so be honest with me. Did you ever feel that having a child helped you or hindered you during the recruiting process?
During the recruiting process, I wouldn't say that it hindered me at all. I think it was a surprise to some coaches and stuff like that, but especially UNLV, they as soon as they heard that, they didn't hesitate on offering me or anything like that. Maybe other schools might have that I talked to, but I can never really know. But UNLV welcomed my fiance and my daughter with open arms, my family with open arms. So I wouldn't
That's
say that it
fabulous.
hindered my recruitment
Yeah.
process at all.
That's big. That's
That's
big right
good.
there.
That's
Q,
good.
talk to me.
Yeah.
When you were at Kansas, man, did any of your teammates have kids, and did you think that made them more focused, or was that harder for them?
I mean, as far as made them more focused, it's gonna make you mature a lot faster than you normally maybe would. Being 19, 21 years old, you have to mature in a hurry. Because your responsibilities, everything is amplified now. You know what I'm saying? Your grades mean that much more. You being successful on the field means that much more. If you ask anyone that's successful, regardless, the first thing that they're gonna start off with is your why. Will you wait really see your why in the kitchen every morning in college? So it's one of those things where he's leaving out to go to class with a mentality than his age, in school that's a teammate that doesn't have a family. Their mentality is totally different.
Great point.
They just
Great
there to
point right
ball.
there.
He's there to ball, but he's got a whole family. So it's amplified for him.
Great point right there. And he's handling it to a T. Before we got on tonight, he said, "I'm getting a 4.0, coach. I'm right at the finish line to get my 4.0 this semester." And coach
That's
wasn't
good.
doing that. I wasn't doing that. And I didn't have a baby. So this man is magic on the UNLV campus. So we are on to our next topic, you guys. And the wifey is joining in. Support is so important. Yes, indeed.
It is.
Mama Cindy coming in saying hello from Colorado. So there's a bunch of people jumping in on the chat, loving young Jacob De Jesus. So let's get to the next topic, you guys. And this one was one that caught my attention. And I'll start off with you, Q. In awe of greatness, we've got the great Aaron Rodgers, who is a future Hall of Famer. And, the Jets, little bit of a transition team. So we've got the young Jets and the OG coming in, and a little bit of awe for these young Jets, Q. And I wanted to ask you, man, because you played against some great players in your day. Was there ever, we get the guru to be honest with us, was there ever anybody that you walked on the field against and said, man, that's so-and-so, or just paused a little bit and caught yourself checking somebody out? Who's that?
Oh, absolutely. With Oakland, seeing Rod Woodson in real life, man, I was like, no way. That's Rod Woodson. So it's a handful of players, but the thing is, you get past, it's and you get past it. Now it's okay. They gotta, hey, we gotta suit up just like they do, and it's interesting to see what is it that makes them so great? Is it their work ethic? Is it unique? So you get over that star and start paying attention to how they operate. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You start trying to soak that into that.
Okay. Talk to me, Jacob. I know you're about to hit the season. You guys got a big schedule in front of you, but have you ever went to a camp? Have you ever went to a showcase and then kind of been like, oh, okay, there's so-and-so, or maybe met a player like Q said and was a little bit taken back?
One time, actually, I was at a San Jose State football camp. It was actually before this past junior college season, and it was actually a youngin that had caught my I seen that he got offered from a school, Oregon University offered him, and I seen him at the camp. Actually, I'm like, what is this man doing at the camp? So I asked him, and he said, just trying to get some more offers on his book and everything like that. So but yeah, I was one time I caught myself in awe. I was like, this is a high school kid. I'm a junior college kid, but he over here offered by Oregon. So, it's kind of famous. I was like, what's up, man?
You had to check him out. No doubt. He was on the hit list probably. And then I see AK stepping in. He says, I love you, nephew. The Gordon family will always stand and support you, my brother. Proud of you. That's big. Like I said, this young man has big time support, and that's why he's holding it down. He's holding it down. Wait until you guys see this fall. He's going to be in somebody's secondary in the Mountain West Conference. It's not going to be nice. So let's go on to our next topic. And this may be a future deal for the young man that we're currently talking to. But we just got through the NFL draft. And not everybody was able to have the draft that they wanted to or get selected in the position that they thought they should be selected. And unfortunately, that was Joey Porter Jr. So Joey Porter Jr. Was thinking he was going to be a first-round draft pick, you guys. Not everybody can be a first-round draft pick. You see his dad right here, the great Joey Porter Sr., a phenomenal player for the Pittsburgh Steelers, giving his son a pep talk. He was in the green room and the cameras are on him and, was a little disappointed, and Pops was the one to give him a pep talk. So I want to ask you, Jay, fast forward. I know you're going to go where you're supposed to go, or we're going to have to talk to some GM or something and figure it out. But if that's you, who's the person that's your Joey Porter Sr.? Who's the person that you feel could give you that right talk at the right time?
Just like Joey Porter, man, my dad, he would be, the one talking me through it, motivating me, being there for me when, things aren't going good. He's always there for me, man. I know I could always count on him. He always knows, the right things to say and when to say them. So, big shout out to my dad for always being there and always, supporting me through whatever.
Definitely. Big Rick, for sure. And I already know he's watching and brought the crew with him. Q, talk to me, man. When you were playing, you played against Notre Dame, you played against Nebraska, Texas, some big games. Not all of those games went great. Did you feel like there was somebody you could pick up the phone and talk to, or was it really not that situation?
I mean, no, I had a couple of people. I mean, to be honest, especially, man, I had an opportunity my junior and senior year, man, really being able to get mentored by Rondé Barber was huge. And, I mean, I talked to him every week, because our strength coach played together with him, so I had an opportunity with him. And a lot of guys, from my high school that were just older than me. Terrell Fletcher, a lot of guys, that played D1 or been in the league or were still in the league at the time. So it was a lot of guys that I could refer back to, for any questions of how did you pull this or mentally, how do I deal with this? So you have to have support in some way, shape, or form, to be successful. It's an absolute must.
Definitely. You guys listening, whether it's recorded or live, you're not going to go far in this industry without somebody like this. You're not going to go far this industry without somebody like this, because it's not red carpet and roses the whole way. It's not going to be. And you're going to have somebody remind you. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be some curves, and you're gonna have somebody remind you. So, shouts out to Big Rick, who I know is in your back, Jay, and listening tonight. I see some people coming in the comments still. Coach Eric Foster says he's a Steeler now, and I know Coach Foster is happy because he's a big Steeler fan. So definitely, and then
man.
Coach Steve Miller coming.
Yeah, it worked out. It
worked.
always works.
It always does.
You got to
think for Jacob. It worked out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you. But even looking at Joey Porter, like think about it. You going to Pittsburgh and you already a Nittany Lion anyway. So you are on. Now you a Steeler. So you the hometown favorite all the way now. On top of you was oh man, like his jerseys are gonna be ultra hot in PA.
So there you go.
Understand
there you
that,
go. But you gotta have somebody in your corner that can keep you pumped up because it's not gonna be always perfect for you guys. Definitely. So we are on to our next topic, you guys, and this is a fan favorite of the show. I know Jacob's dad likes this section of the show, and this is the lightning round. The lightning round, you guys, where we get a chance. I'll let the thunder come on in. We get a chance to find out what is on our guest's mind. This is our version of word association, you guys. Some of you think that you know what Jacob be thinking, but you don't know what Jacob be thinking. We're about to find out what Jacob be thinking. So I got my list, and he got 60 seconds. He got 60 seconds to tell us what's on his mind, and he's out in Vegas, so we're going to keep it PG to PG-13 for the little ones and his daughter, because anything goes in Vegas, but not on the Locker Room Show. So we got 60 seconds, and we are going to put him through a little blitz. Now, he's fast, so he may blitz through these questions real quick and win this whole thing. Now, Jay, you got 60 seconds, unfiltered. First thing on your mind when I ask you something. Okay, now there's some people on here. There's some either or. There might be some food questions. So
ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling. But you know how to run the 2-minute drill. So this is what we're gonna do. Now, let's see. Okay, we're ready to go on that. Now I got you at 0. Nobody think I'm cheating, Jay. I never cheat. One of my own BYGP athletes. And you ready to go, superstar?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Let's see what Jay got.
Here we go.
All right. Number 1. Now, Jay, there's a dinner and a hotel stay for you and wifey. If you beat 15, you got to get 15 or more. Okay, 15 or more. Now I know wifey done perked up now. 15 or more, and you get one for tech delay. So, and I'm not giving those student discounts. I know Eric or somebody's gonna say something about a student discount. No student discount. All right. So, number 1, first thing that comes to your mind, superstar. Manteca High School. Go.
State championship.
Favorite player growing up.
Whoa. Julian Edelman.
Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings?
Wingstop.
Gino Campiotti.
NFL.
Coach Hunky Cooper.
I'm not sure.
Salsa or guacamole?
Salsa.
Best player you ever played against?
Giles Jackson.
Favorite pregame song?
Drake. Forever.
Raiders or 49ers? 52 seconds.
Raiders.
There you go.
Drake or Meek Millie?
Meek Mill.
Time. Okay, we're gonna count them up, and we're gonna go back on a couple.
Let's see what we got.
All right, so we got Manteca. That's 1. Favorite player growing up. Julian Edelman 2. We got the Wingstop 3. We got Gino Campiotti 4. We got the skip on Coach. We got 5 on Sosa. We got 6 on Josh Jackson. We got 7 on Drake Forever. We got 8 on Raiders. We got 9 on Meek Millie with the delay. We got 10. We got 10. Now, let me ask you, I'm going to give one to you just for extra so the people know. Are you going with Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson?
Lamar
That's a,
Jackson.
Lamar
okay,
Jackson. He's going with the newly minted man. Both of them boys
Both
got
of
some
them.
money. Both of them boys.
Hey.
So let's go back over. Okay, let's go back over. You said favorite player growing up, the Julian Edelman, huh?
I mean, I used to be a running back my whole life, so I used to be LaDainian Tomlinson because I used to play for the Manteca Chargers, and so yeah, LaDainian Tomlinson
I
is my
got
number
you.
one. But then, when I switched positions, I just like Julian Edelman for his grit, his story. You know, he went junior college, and then
There you go.
Yeah.
wasn't drafted, undrafted,
Yeah.
and then Super Bowl MVP. He was a dog. Not the fastest, not the biggest, not the strongest. And I feel like that fits me perfectly. But just an all around dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very similar game. Very
Yeah.
similar game. He's going with the salsa, y'all, over the guac. He says the Drake forever. He's going with that. And then you heard the Raiders. I threw that one in there for you, Big Rick. I knew he wasn't going to get out the locker room with saying something about the Raiders. And now you're in Vegas. You're in Vegas, so you better say Raiders. We got some people coming on in the comments, and Nico's laughing. Big time right there. Coach Foss is making fun of me and says Coach T can't outrun. No, I'll blow a hamstring trying to outrun Jacob right now. And then he's got 17 for sure. He's got 17. Steve was trying to juice you up right there. So that's good right there. So we're on to our last topic, you guys, and this is the Q&A section of the show. If you're just joining us, I am Coach Terrence Wood. That's Q the Guru, and our superstar in the middle of the screen is none other than Jacob De Jesus. You guys check him out. Mount West Conference, West Coast. He's going to be on late night, ESPN, Fox, all that, and he's going to be in somebody's secondary, somebody that looked him over and didn't give him a shot is about to pay this fall. So let's get into the Q&A section, and this is our last section of the show. I know, Q, that you had something that you were thinking about. What's on your mind, brother?
Yeah. The question is, okay, when you initially were coming out of high school, obviously, like, man, I got D1 talent. Like, how did you mentally process having to go that road to JUCO in order to get to your goal? Like, I mean, how did you keep yourself how did you keep yourself motivated with having to go that route? Because a lot of times they let their ego overtake them, and when they find out they have to go that route, they kind of mentally shut down, and you didn't do that. So how did you mentally work through that is the question.
I would say, it was tough coming out of high school, especially, I had no D1 offers. I just had D2.
Mm-hmm.
Even some of my high school coaches were telling me, man, you should take some of those D2 offers, man. They're good. And, I just didn't feel like I was I felt like I was meant for a bigger level of play. I felt like I could play at the next level because I played against people who were going to the next level, and I felt like, I could hang with them. I would say I seen people from my high school, like Gino Campiotti and Farron Manalelelua. He was a linebacker that went to my high school, went to the same junior college I went to, and they went to the next level, D1 full ride scholarship. So, I'm like, why can't that be me? And so that motivated me to be like, you know what I mean? I'm going to go to the next level, go the JUCO route. And then once I got there, I seen they have coaches coming in all the time. And so, I seen some of my teammates from my junior college make it. And so I was like, man, just keep grinding. You're going to make it.
Yeah.
That's big right there,
absolutely.
Jay.
And if you notice, what did I do before we even started? Ask you, do you get open? If you get open, it goes the same thing back to what you said about F. Not about any of that. If you get you catch the ball, that's it. Bringing you here for. We bring you here to get open. You don't have to be the fastest, the biggest, the strongest. Can you get open? Can you get open and catch the ball?
No, yes, sir.
You do that. Gets open. You good. You good, man. You good to go.
Yep.
Jay, before we let you go, we have a lot of young players that want to be in your position, man. I know that you're so humble. So I know that you remember when you didn't have yours. and you were just fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and you saw everybody else eating, man. Can you give us maybe one thing now that you're on the other side, on the academic side, and one thing on the athletic side that you feel like you would have prepared more for, or that they better be ready for? Can you give us one thing on each side?
I would say one thing on the game side of things, on the football side of things, these coaches, it's a business. This thing is a business. They're not here, this is their job. They're getting paid to do this. They're getting paid to recruit you, getting paid to coach you. And so I would say, focus on all the little things, show up early, do the things right. Because when you get to the next level, man, that's what they're really looking for, is all the little things, do them right, show up to things on time, early, and ready to go, man. Be grateful for this opportunity that you have, and attack it every single day like it's the last day. And then I would say on the academic side, man, honestly, you just got to get it done, man. And there's a lot of resources here at the next level, at the D1 level, that are going to help you. And so, it's whether a point of being lazy or not. You know what I mean? You just got to get it done. Academics is very important, man. So, it's all about just going to tutoring, doing whatever you need to do to get the right grade that you need to do.
Have you seen some guys struggling or not taking it serious?
Yeah, I would say it's more not taking it serious, but there's a lot of people on this team. We're taking our academics seriously. So a lot of players, go in. We have a computer lab. We have academic advisors there that help us, tutors and stuff there that help us. So to me, there's no excuse on not going in there and not getting your work done, because they have
Yeah.
everything that you need there for you. So it's just a matter of going in there and getting it done.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
wow. Well, you guys
Yeah.
see why this
Right.
young man is wise beyond his years. I mean, he came in here and killed this interview, this podcast, and he got finals. He's got finals and already
Yeah.
is beating people
Yep.
on the field. He's got kid, and he's managing everything. So this is really a dynamic
Yep.
young man. He said, "Don't forget, Uncle, I want an autographed jersey." Want an autographed jersey, Jay. He said he wants the UNLV jersey. I'm sure you're going to have a ton of people at the
Right.
UNLV games this fall, man. So, hey, I'm going to let you get back to your studies, dude, and the family, but
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so proud of you. And we're definitely all pulling for you this fall. Okay, Jay?
For sure.
Thank you so much again for having me, Coach. Nice to meet you again, Q. But yeah, I was honored to be on this, man. Thank you guys so much.
No
Yeah. No
doubt, no
doubt.
doubt,
No doubt, my
guys.
man.
So, hey, there you guys have it. That is a young superstar in the making. Like I said, Q, he's been a dog since his sophomore year in high school, probably since Little League. I saw him his sophomore year in high school, and he was killing people. And then I'm thinking, okay, he's at least going to go FCS out of high school. And I'm not going to say
Right.
no names, but there's some particular coaches that should have probably pulled the trigger and kind of played around with him. And then he goes to junior college. He has a child. Some people may have thought he wouldn't get to this point, but he stuck to it, dude. He's never been under like a 3.7, 3.8 GPA
Yeah. That's
the whole
crazy.
time. And now he's at UNLV, man, and scored 2 touchdowns in the spring game. Just got up there this spring, has 2 more seasons left, scored 2 touchdowns in the spring game, and they absolutely love him up there.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
but you can listen to him when he talks, man. He's more mature, man. An average kid his age ain't mature like that,
yep.
man. It's a grown man. That's the difference. You
He's a
see what
grown
I'm
man.
saying?
He's a grown
He
man.
like he
He's
wake up
a pro.
and goes to work every day. You understand? That's the difference. We
He's
see
a pro.
TV wasn't on that.
Because also, yeah, I wasn't on that. I won't tell you what I was
Yeah,
on.
it's a
So I
different
wasn't
ball
on
game.
that.
Right.
But Vegas, dude, Coach Cormier, who we both know and love, dude,
Yeah, no
coached
doubt.
in Vegas. And he said, he said two spots where all the parents and kids want to go on the trip, but nobody wants to actually go are Hawaii and Vegas.
Yep.
All the parents and kids want to go on the trip, But the
Yeah.
parents don't really want their kid all the way in Hawaii or in
Right.
Vegas. You
Yeah.
know, so but
Yeah.
some young men can handle it, man, and he's handling it, and I'm so proud of him. So
Yeah.
you guys watch out.
Yeah.
Jacob De Jesus, number 7, UNLV this fall. You heard it in the locker room first. So I know you guys got a lot of value out of tonight's show. Q, what was you thinking when you checked out the draft? Was there any surprises to you or anybody you think messed up?
Yeah, I mean, you know, man, I'm down here in Houston, man. So I mean, obviously, everybody's talking about what
CJ
exactly, can CJ Stroud gonna do?
and
You
Will
know,
Anderson.
the Texans, and Will Anderson. I mean, the Texans had, as far as I can see early on, they had a good draft. It's a lot of factors going into, because I mean, again, you 21, 22-year-old kids. You never really know. I mean, everything is always pure speculation until you strap it up, really see what you got. And then it turns into a longevity thing. You see what I'm saying? You get past your rookie year, this investment, this first rounder, how long are we gonna have him? Is he gonna stay healthy? You know what I'm saying? So it's football. So it's a ton
lot
of
of
factors.
intangibles.
It's a lot of intangibles, man. You know, so and again, it like we said, it's
Did
a
you
lot
like the
of
Bijan to Atlanta?
I like that. I like that. I
Okay.
think that'll be, but you know, again, being in Atlanta, being that age, can you stay focused? You see
I
what I'm
think
saying?
he's mature enough.
You
But
know,
I
so
was talking about more from a how high it was, because you know they're talking this don't
yeah,
draft a running back high type
yeah.
of, but I think he's special.
No, he is go off of how they utilize him. Are they gonna run him to death? How we saw Clinton Portis, and you get 35 carries a game, and you pretty much out of gas in 3 years? Or are they gonna use him how he should be used in all facets of the game, with passing, running, mixing it up, and trying to keep him healthy? So it really depends on where you go.
Yeah.
It all
We got the
depends on where you
Munoz
go,
family
man.
coming in, and they said the guru looking Hollywood tonight. You looking
Oh
Hollywood.
yeah, man. You gotta break it out sometime.
There you
And
go.
then.
It's
Yeah,
heating up in
for sure,
Houston.
man. Yeah, oh yeah, but yeah, man, it was a good draft. It's gonna be an interesting season. We see things can do, man. I like, I like Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, man. We'll see what he has
Do
left in the
you?
tank. He's been waiting to get out of Green Bay a long time.
They got some young
So
firepower,
I
man.
mean, they do. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm telling you, if he
They got some
listen,
young
and
firepower
he doesn't have to do a lot, man. If he can still just get it there, I
and
mean,
defense.
and they got a nice defense. I'm telling you, so they may make a. Baltimore's looking good. Obviously, they got their guy, re-signed him. Brought in the Brinks truck, for Lamar. So we'll see how it goes, man. This will be a good season, though. But we are gonna make our way to Boulder some way, somehow. That's what me and Coach T gonna be. We gonna be in Boulder some way, somehow. You know who we going to see.
We got to get the people what they want. We got to get the people
With the
what they want.
Saints. You
And,
know who we going to see.
And the people been saying they want to see some locker room show in Boulder, brother.
I'm telling you, we got to make it happen. We don't even have a choice, T.
I'm not
we got a choice.
Disappointing the people. Wifey says she coming. So
I'm see, the Lisa said we got to go now. It's
right.
done.
All right. So hey, you never know where the locker room may show up. We may show up in your living room. We may show up in Dion's living room. You never know. But if you stick with us every Thursday, you're going to find out. All right. So, hey, hopefully you guys had a great time with us tonight. Jacob De Jesus. Check out that young man. Pray for him and his family. This is a family man. So we want to see him win. Okay. And he's a BYGP athlete. So check that out too. And then you guys, some NBA playoffs are popping off. So I'm going to go get to some Warriors, Q. And I'm going to see you later, brother.
Definitely.
All right.
Y'all hit that button. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, indeed. Hit the button. Make sure you subscribe and do your thing and tell everybody you know about us. We'll see you at the top.